And Kevin Wiles is becoming a tactician at totally dismantling the nonsense. He must have like a broom. He just sweeps up all the nonsense off the table that Nick Wright constantly throws on the table. And he's become a magician at this. He just totally neutralizes Nick Wright's ridiculous arguments. So what happened? In this particular clip, this gentleman was reacting to this back and forth that Nick Wright and Kevin Wiles were having. And as we're listening to Kevin Wiles, he was totally dismantling Nick Wright on live TV whenever he tried to throw out one ridiculous point after the other. So for those of you who didn't hear this, we want to play it for you now, and then we're going to come back and react to Nick Wright's nonsense. Take a listen to this here.
If the Lakers win tonight, do you think we're getting a Game 7? Well, and if they don't win tonight, they have real problems. Go ahead, Wilds, and then I'll explain.
Well, it's a hard question for me to answer too, because it's kind of like, if I had wings and I would fly, would my wings get tired? I'm like, I don't know. It's so hard to even conceive of. I can't wrap my head around it.
It's impossible to conceive of the Lakers winning in Denver. The last time they played, was it as close of a game as could possibly exist?
Is that what we're counting now? Okay, good. No. The Super Bowl is close too. Let's run that back, and I guess put Brock Purdy in the Hall of Fame.
And you know what?
That went to overtime.
Wilds, and correct. And if a week later that game were to be played again, and I would say it is impossible to conceive of a way for the Niners to win, I'd look ridiculous.
Okay, good. Well, that's say that. Because coming up later in the show, and the question you made us put in, it is literally.
You're getting so mad, buddy.
I'm not getting mad. I'm just correct.
You're talking about the Niners.
This is my correct voice. This is my.
Let's talk Lakers.
Are we surprised KC are not the phase to three? It was super close.
Yes.
Who cares if it was close?
Okay, but you said you can't conceive. It's impossible.
Denver's going to win tonight.
Okay.
Jamal Murray is probably going to play. If he doesn't play, of course, there's a reason to be slightly concerned.
Okay,
But the Lakers are outmatched beyond just Jamal Murray. There's a coaching mismatch. It's the best player mismatch. It's home court advantage. It's historical dominance.
I agree with that to a degree. And Hubs, if we can just put the last graphic first and then go in the order we had. The reason that I think you're slightly overstating the dominance, not of the history, but of this series is this.
Oh, my God.
Well, no. If we are talking, I'm not talking about moral victories.
This sounds like it was a close 3-0.
Well, all I know is this.
Not a close sweep.
The idea that the Nuggets have controlled every aspect of this series is not true. The idea that the Lakers haven't shown you in 4 straight games, no matter where it is, the ability to build big leads on the Nuggets is not true. So the question I'm just asking is, can they win a game in Denver? That's all I'm talking about.
No. So do you have evidence that they can win, or that they can
if Jamal Murray plays, they won't. The Lakers won't win.
Okay, so going into this series,
this is an insane graphic you have up right now. I cannot believe
it's a close.
What do you mean? What is insane about it?
A percentage of time leading, like you're using that as a positive. Because
let me ask you this.
Because here's the thing: with LeBron, they should be able to close.
If the numbers were reversed and it were 3-1, don't you think that would be more evidence as to why Denver is in full and total control? If the Lakers, let's just say the Lakers,
like a Celtics margin of victory thing, sure.
I know you actually like these arguments because you make them all the time. Mm-hmm. The Nuggets, for some reason, you become very protective of, which is fine. But going into the series, the reason I thought the Lakers had a chance, where there were 5 reasons. First one was, I do not think LeBron is going to be awful in the fourth quarter the way he was the first time. Let's see how it's been. LeBron in the fourth quarter this year, only Anthony Edwards has been better in the fourth quarter of these playoffs, or at least more points.
Yeah, besides him missing a game-winning shot, he's played great.
He's been great, but they still are getting snapped.
He had a game-winning shot, and he missed it. But other than that, sick.
I agree with all that, Wild, but it's about projecting tonight.
So you heard what Nick Wright had to say. Listen, Nick Wright isn't serious. Nick Wright is not serious. Had Nick Wright said, you know what? I think the Lakers are going to win that series in 7 games, I'd have been like, you know what? You could have me. But the fact that he said, oh, I believe the Lakers are going to win off of winning 6 games. And every time they lost, even when they went down 0-3, he was still coming up, well, the series, this hasn't happened yet. That hasn't. And the minute they won 1 game, 1 out of 12 attempts, So the Nuggets had beaten them 11 out of the 12 times that they played. He now was saying that the Lakers are going to come, and then to listen to his arguments. And I am so glad that Kevin Wiles is beginning to push back on him, because I believe Chris Broussard doesn't do it enough. Chris Broussard only pushes back on Nick Wright when they start that ridiculous Michael Jordan versus LeBron James GOAT argument. That's when Chris Broussard really pushes back on Nick Wright's nonsense. But the fact of the matter is, Kevin Wiles is necessary for that show, because he is stopping Nick Wright in his tracks whenever he tries to make these outlandish, absurd arguments.